Baruch Hashem. Today is Yud Zayin Elul. We're going to learn today Daf Lamed Tes and Mem. It's the 20th day in the limit of the Hemshech Shnas Haklav the Rebbe Rashab. Tafresh Samach Vov. So we're learning over here the Maamer Bayim Hashmini Atzeres Tafresh Samach Vov. And the Shiur on Friday we started discussing the difference between why that all Hamshachs are called Ur and not Shefa, because it's not Hamshachs and Mahus. Rather, it's just a Gilui Ur going from one level to another level. And yesterday, we got into more details of what this Gilui Ur is by bringing a mashal from the Kayach HaMachshava. The Kayach HaMachshava has three different stages, where it's miyuchad with the Kayach HaMuskal, and then when it's separated out, but now you get into actual oasis, and then when it becomes a Dvar Seichel itself. And then you have the same idea, L'maylo to Uris, or similarly, we see the same idea in the level of Uris. And then in Uris, we also have these three levels where you have where it's initially coming from the source, where it's later on being nimshach a little bit like an oifen of becoming a gilui, and then when it's actually down here, coming down to be the gilui itself. And this whole Indian, we brought the Hemshech to the conversation we had in the previous Maamer, and started in this Maamer about the idea of Oitzin Yitzon Shel Makom. So we started explaining over here the idea of what Ratzon is, what the idea of being Mamshech Ritzon Ratzon of the Eibishter in Makom, which, as we said, that's the Gichud of Seviv and Nemale. So we started by explaining this idea of the level of Gilui Ur. We're going to start here. Middle of page Lamed Ches. We're going to go through what we learned yesterday quickly off upon him. And finish the Maamer today, Mirz Hashem. V'nei, b'chol zinu neres v'kerem ha'niskarim b'yitzchayim, b'chol madreg u'madreg, and every madreg yesh b'zeh b'gimel madregs. K'moshel Kayach HaMachshava mispash b'nos ha'nefesh, like we said yesterday in the Kayach HaMachshava, thought. So yesh b'zeh gimel madregs as well. Aleph in the Eretz Kelim nations ispashtusim in HaMakar. When it first gets spread out from the source, it's still at the same level of its essence, but not that it's equal to the etzem. It's not the etzem. It's not the same thing of the etzem. It's only a shine from it. It's since it's combined and included in it. This is what we mean when we say that it's equal. It's not separated. It's not yet a revealed level of art. It's not yet the existence of art. The first level of drawing out to Mashanimshach, it's still concealed. It's not yet called a Hamshacha or drawn. The Hamshacha, what is the definition of Hamshacha? It's only drawn a little bit, so it's not yet Begilui. Later on, it should be able to be revealed. It's still concealed. We cannot say in any way that it's another Mahus. It's still one combined and one with the source. We have to see if this is the same madrega like we said earlier. The Machshava is ached with. We said at the beginning of page Lamchas in the parentheses that Antuchad v'lo b'chushvan, that's the lashon that he used. Shama kavanah like little mekesher. There's extra spheres that are combined with the kesher and the tadadet Antuchad v'lo b'chushvan. But kan l'fi anira kavanah like kesher actually. Here, look at it, we're explaining it kesher itself. So it's a higher level than that. So it's not even a level of Antuchad v'lo b'chushvan. It's ma'amish kesher itself. Fine. So that's one madrega that it begins to scalus and is ached in the mekari. Of Eretz, Hashem is Pashkir and Hashem is Machshava. Now you're thinking of an Indian and everything's given it's revealed and it's in existence. And now we can say that it's a light and a shine and it's like clothes, like a kind of bush. But some other base. Now the Machshava is more mugbal, more limited. And it's divided into oasis. You could feel the oasis. Now, there are kelim that are being magbil this or זהו מדרגה ג' נמצא. שבחינת ארץ וכלים עניינם הוא המחשבה עצמה. Eretz and Kalim, where we have a division between Eretz and Kalim, and Eretz going into Kalim, it's when it's the thought itself. And limiting the machshava. But the koyach of the thought, which comes from the source, it's not an essence for itself. So it's understood that it's not separated at all. It's always included in the source, even though it is a little bit drawn. Well, the Maila, like we already said, this is the level of Keser. Even though it's Hamshacha from Atzilus. Because the whole definition of Keser is to create Atzilus and become a Keser for Atzilus and continue this level of Hamshacha. So, if you have Hamshacha, it's still revealed. From Karadain, it's still combined in its source. Like it's just like the which is still called in the etzem. Even the revelation is called Batzmusa. It's not Hamshacha because Hamshacha means Gilu, and here it's still the Helam Batzmusa. So even when the Gilu is Batzmusa, it's a Helam Lagabe everything else. Atzilus B'chinas Gilu Ur. So we know that Atzilus B'chinas Ur V'hu Minach Chochma Lamata. That Gilu Ur only happens in Chochma and below. Chochma B'chinas V'chinas Gilu. Here's B'chinas Beit Madreges. There's a level of the Ur, the way it is without itself. That's still partial and not yet definition of what type of Ur it is. There's also the picture and the form which happens without the cleave. Talk about Shem Etzem and Shem HaTayar. Etzem is where the thing is where it is. Torah is where it's formed. To show Shem HaTayar Shem HaTayar is also when it's still B'chinas Pnimius HaKli. The Kolshkin HaKli Atzmo Shem B'chinas Gvul. I'm sure the Kli itself, and it's really not Toyar V'Tmuna Shenasa Ba'er Mitzad HaKli. Now we're going already to the level of Keli Shem B'chinas Gvul. Uklos B'chinas Zu B'chinas Lavush. She'ena B'erech Mos Atzim Klal. This is what the Kli is, the idea of like clothes, which is not the same level of the Mos. Avos. This is, we're talking about when the Eretz come already in Atzilus, Chochma Atzilus, and this is Gilui. B'chinas HaKeser, U'Lamaylo B'chinas Gilui. Keser is higher than all revelations, but the Ein B'chinas Mohus Acher, and it's not a different Mohus at all, from B'chinas Skas M'ker, and it's combined in its source. V'in is Bar Le'el, the whole parts of all levels of 10, all combinations, all like combinations of 10 spheres. Part of a complete face of a midah or of a level. It's only a shine from its source. So Zod Atzilus, Shenika Melech Olam, it's the source of the world. They created the world in 6 days. These days are going on the high days, which go on the Hemshech's Midas to so these 6 levels are the high sources of life. So they're only a shine, which means they don't have anything of the high levels of Chachma Bina, only like a shine coming out of something very, very bright. There are a level of alakuts which comes through as chalkus tzimtzum. Chalkin is gilu or the comes like tzimtzum dafka. Every revelation of only comes through tzimtzum. The actually is shum gilu. You cannot have any revelation shalal de tzimtzum without tzimtzum. The general level of livnat tzimtzum. It's a level of which is still connected in the Eibishter because there's no gilu. It's livnat tzimtzum. For the etzem which comes out and is made good in this galu or mitzumtzum. It's already after Tzimtzum. The Gamma, because it's Chalkos, it comes divided canal, but it's Samach Vov, that once you're actually thinking about it, it becomes in a tier of Oisius, you could already define and see this Chalkos. The same idea of Chachma. So we just said Midis Legabe Chachma Bina. Chachma Legabe the Rotzin Shalom Chachma, where we know Abba Yonik Mimazel Ha Chachma, which it comes in the mazel of Chachma. And Ratzin, since it's a Ratzin Elyon, which is the mazel of Chachma, it is also a Zivar Lekabe Atzmos. Ach b'zeh, or ha'hefresh, ben b'chinas ha'ratzoin, which we said again is keser, v'shar tes koiches mispash memenu, shhu nikra makif she'enu b'chinas ha'primil klal. The ratzon is a makif, pnimi. It's not a urban, it's a makif, it's not a keli. It's the beginning of the spreading more than the other tests, more than the other 9 spheres. Like we said in the marshal, when it starts spreading, even though its essence is not the same essence as the source, because it's another thing. The Kamakar and the Chlal, some of the Makar, those combined with the Makar, you cannot define it as a separate thing yet. Which already now became a Kiloi, it's a complete yesh and a shine and a separate So this is where Ratzaim is different than all other spirits. That Ratzaim is like the first level that we said in Machshava, where even though it's not the Koyach, it's not the same Etzem HaNefesh, but it's Kolul in the Mahus, whereas once Chachma, and obviously the levels lower than that, they're already like a and a Ziv, it's a separate and Ziv, which comes, like we said, through levels of Tzimtzumim, because it's an Amshach of a Gilui. This, that Ratzin is not a separate Mos. It's still Ratzin. So it is something separate. So how are we saying it's not Mos Davar B'fnei Atzmo? At the end of the day, we can define the Ratzin, we can define that Tzimah Nefesh. It's two separate things. So you know that Moshe Ratzin Shabbat Nefesh. So we say about Ratzin by the person and the soul. Here's a Koyach Nefesh, even though it is a Koyach, a separate part of the Nefesh. We come up from any Mos Nivda Chutz Nefesh. It doesn't separate and go out of the Nefesh. The whole idea of Ratzin or Toyas Nefesh Lazy Davar Lutz as well. It's only bending the Nefesh to what you want. And they call him Yanu Rak Toyas Nefesh Lutz. It's only bending you to want. Even though what you want at the end of the day is through a Koyach Ratzin. So you're bending the nefesh, but at the end of the day, there's a koyach haratzin, which is creating the will and making the bending of the nefesh. Nefesh on its own without the koyach haratzin is not shaykh to want. At the end of the day, the koyach haratzin creates that the nefesh should be the one. So should be the one that wants. So it's not that the koyach haratzin wants. The koyach haratzin achieves that the nefesh should want. The mela, it's as if it's not a davar nifred b'fnei atzmai. It's not like the wisdom or intellect, which is separate. Even though you could say the same thing, that the nefesh is the one that's intellecting, that's intrinsically and thinking about it. There's the actual koyach haseichel, which is now developing and thinking about the thing. This is obviously where you can actually grasp and understand, not the earlier levels of seichel that we said, which are mamash miyuchatake. But once you cut the seichel gola, you have a koyach hamaskil, which is doing the haskala. This koyach is separate. Once you finish thinking the intellect and you write it down, you inscribe it in a book. So you're passing it on to someone else. So this seichel remains, even though the nefesh leaves the koyach haseichel. It's batal haseichel, and now the seichel is gone. What you already thought about, what you already the seichel that was already it came out, that existed, that remains in existence. Even though it's just a shine. And it's not actually creating a new entity, like we said earlier, that everything over here in the nefesh, all the shashlos is eretz, not hashplas, not so there's still a kind of a connection. Once it comes out, and it becomes its own thing. When it spreads out, it becomes very far away. So this is even when it remains in the level of it becomes the level of mitzias. Once it gets enclosed in the kalim of the brain, even though we have to say there's an obvious difference between Amshachas Kayach within the nefesh to somebody else, because everything we're saying over here is Yachak Pesefer or being Megal to someone else, it's the giving over your seichel to someone else, which is very, very different from the Amshachas in the Kayach HaNefesh. Shehu, the Mahus, Mashegim calls Amshachas HaSeichel, So that's a regular Hamshacha. So the Mem is still B'chinas Erv Ziv Levad, it's still Erv Ziv. So it's not Taka, another Mehus within the Koyach HaMaskil. Or that it's Hamshacha Ma'ayin Liyash, moving from this example of a Koyach of going to Azdulas, we can at least understand that it is episode Mitzias Ur. So even though Taka, you can't compare the giving him the Sefer to the Hamshacha within the Koyach HaNefesh, but Al Kapanim, we can say the Koyach HaSeichel creates something different. Even though it's Erv Ziv, so it's not Mamish, separating it out, the Taka Misbatel when the Nefesh goes away, but it's different than the Koyach HaRatzon, because by the Koyach HaRatzon, like we say, Abel Koyach HaRatzon, and it Gam Acha Shiroitzu ones after you want. Kasher Mistal Kanefesh Maratzon, Ein Nishma Uma, nothing stays over here. When the Nefesh leaves the Ratzon, it's as if you don't want it, we never wanted it. When Nitzach comes to the Nefesh Gitza, the Nefesh always has to be in the Ratzon to want. And they move in the Ratzon, Ein Nishma Uma, it's starting with the Koyach HaRatzon, but it's only epis or something when there's a hislapshus and a connection with the nefesh. So it's like a compartment within the nefesh. So tak is something that seems separate, but it's very, very different than the Koyach HaSeichel, which is actually separate because it could become a davar nifrad or al kapanim a erv ziv, a separate erv ziv within the nefesh. In every part of face of spheres, every midah, the keser of each sphere is not at the same level of all the others. All the other ones are others going into kelim. Finally, we said about Chachma, Chachma actually becomes a or in a keli, becomes a mitzias davar. Always remains our makif. The whole existence of the keser is mitzad ha'atzmos. It's the bending of the atzmos erin soif. To want to give over eris. So not that it's its own eris, but it's only that it wants to give over eris. So it's a hatoya kiviyachol of the koyach ha'atzmos. Because before Ketzer this wasn't shaykh, so it did create something new. Even so, once it's nimshach, like we said in the Koyach HaRatzon, it's only up to something when the Koyach HaNefesh is there. And even without the nefesh, it's only bending the etzem, tilting it. Only when the atmos is enclosed in the keser, it's an episode of something. That's why it's not because it's one with atmos. So we see here, we kind of went, we took a little bit of a sidetrack to explain the idea of Ritzeinu Shamak and the Yichud Sefer B'Mamali to explain the idea of Eretz. Explaining the idea of Eretz, we came around the idea where Eretz are all talking being Mislavish, and every level of Eretz kind of jumps into the level under it, and it comes back to three levels in Eretz, where there's one that's totally Kol, one that's Nimshach K'tzas, and one that's Nimshach L'Gamri, but Al Kulpanim, in order for Eretz to go down to the lower levels, you have to have a fuller Tashlos and all that. But Koyach HaRatzon is different, and if we remember, when we started Biom HaShmini, we read from the Mafteach in the beginning, where it said that Lulav Biom HaShmini tells us Ha'hefresh ben Keser L'sh'ar Svidis. Where here we're kind of touching on that. We go with Keser, which is the whole idea of Ratzon, where we started this conversation of Ratzon, and we'll continue it in the next Maamar Hashem, where Keser is very, very different, and this is very important to understand, that Keser is this idea of Makif, because it only existence with the Koyach HaAtzmos. But there Yuval Mashkin is more Leil. Kamshach is Gilui HaRatzon, now they turn mitzvahs dach, and that's why Gilui HaRatzon can only come to turn mitzvahs. I know the issue, Ratzon Ubchinas Kamshach HaAtzmos Lirtzos, because Ratzon is in order to get Atzmos to want, like we said, Ratzon is only mitzvah Atzmos. Plus, L'hamshach Gilui B'chinas Zuzah, all they turn mitzvahs dach. Gilui Nimshach when Neshamas Yisrael dach, this can only go to Neshamas Yisrael. In ayin parim, which we have on Sukkos, who shemamshichim b'chinas Gilui HaMakva, the ayin serum dafkein, gamkein. We bring this Gilui HaMakva also on the 70 Sadim of the Goyim. V'ayin k'tei she'isparer, in order that we should be able to cleanse them. Hakam shemirah de'er pnimi, v'unin ha'bir la'at b'vayda b'tfilah, shu b'derech milchama, shas lo yitzachulu, which this is usually done through pnimi, not a makif, like through davening. With davening is a time of war. Through looking into the greatness of the Eibusher. Even though children of Shabbat in davening also understand the greatness of Elokus. The Liyas V'Hafta Mistakes that we love the Eibusher with 2 Yitzarim. Another time where there's a birur pnimi is when you eat. Then you eat the nam or abicharba. Bread is eaten through a sword. Shitzel adekachzver pnimi. After throwing clothing into it. But in order to be able to achieve the full birur, taked avoid the through our pnimi. But in order to achieve it, Adam Shachsada Amakif. The Amakif Misame, the Amakif blinds the Chitzonim. Of Amakim Acher Mavur, of Amakim Acher Nizbar, Shadeh Akram Sakarbonis, Nebdu. Through bring the Karbonis, they get lost. The Chitzonim. Shazeh Vader the Gila Makif. Again, because this is Milamad, this for sure is Mitzad Makif. Omnam Kteshis Baru, certainly is Gamkin Amshach Samakif. We also have to draw it down. And this time, Shachsamakit can only happen through the Yidden. Mashkos v'halus avaya kol goyim ki gover aleinu chastoi. The ikar Shachsamakit from Neshama Yisrael. Ki gover aleinu chastoi, we get ikar Shacham. When Neshama Yisrael, since we get ikar Shacham, Mamshikim Shachsamakit al ayin sharim k'teshis barudu. So we draw down for all the other ayin sharim that even though the avoid sabirurim is very primi, we're mamshich le'amakit to kind of complete the avoid sabirurim. Kizel v'sukkos daka. This daka having on sukkos, that was with le'amakit. Sukkot is the time where this is revealed, like I said in the last mimer, that the sukkah and the lulav is mamshich the idea, the level of makif into pnimius on sukkahs. Pnimius meaning to chakeni. V'ozu akrava. That's where makif the karbanos to achieve this idea of the makif in the shtayim sarim. Shmini atzeres zatzeres v'yalakad l'msham s'Yisrael avad. Now it's only for the Neshama Yisrael. Because Pnimius Makif, we get the inner level of Makif to the Yidden alone. Pnimius Bina, the level of Pnimius Bina, so that's what we get the Pnimius Makif. But even the Chitzonius Makif, which is coming down to the Ayin Sarim during Sukkot, Nimshach also the Neshama Yisrael Dafka, only to the Yidden. Chitzonius Nigar Achar Pnimius. The Pnimius draws Chitzonius with it. This is coming. Let's valgazif. Shigam Chitzonius Nimshach Neshama Yisrael Dafka. Al derech v'niflinu Yidden becoming stronger, getting these levels that maybe went to the Ayin Sarim before, but now they come Dafka to Yidden. So tzaka, like we said in the beginning of the Maimer, tzaka the same level that came to the Ayin Sarim. But we're getting the Pnimius, and the Chitzonius is coming by Mashanishar because Agav the Pnimius. Mashkot of you l'chol avatcha ve'in l'zarim mikam. B'chinas Pnimius hamakif l'neshama Yisrael dafka. V'gam, this causes that Chitzonius hamakif meir b'chinas Pnimius dafka. It draws it down in Pnimius. V'zeu atzeres ti lochem dafka to the neshama Yisrael. Dafka to the Yidden, we're mamshich at this level, dafka through this level of Gilei Arotzim, which again is the idea of Makif. Shtaka goes to the Ayin Sarim, all Sukkos, but the Yom Hashmini, dafka lochem, Pnimius, and the Chitzonius is Nidgar, Achar HaPnimius.